Hello, my name is Xu Wen. I'm going to present my research study today. My study has focused on codes to do this research, as it is known that codes have suffered from a corporate scandal last year. Codes used the unconscionable method in dealing with suppliers, and codes finally received a $10 million penalty from the Australia Customer and Competition Commission to compensate its suppliers. This scandal has greatly ruined the Coles image and reputation. So, Coles must take measures to rebuild its brand name to fight the competitors. Because Coles failure has been thought to be a result of corporate social responsibility rules. This research tries to reveal how Coles brand name can be rebuilt by redesigning the corporate social responsibility scheme. Firstly, the research objectives should be identified. The goal of my research is to figure out how could Coles redesign its corporate social responsibility scheme for rebranding to recover its reputations among customers. And there are three sub-objectives. Firstly is to determine customers' attitudes on Coles scandal. Secondly is to identify the motivates of business that adopt CSR initiatives. And finally is to investigate customers' attitudes on big brands that continues to implement CSR initiatives. All these sub-objectives will be studied in the research project with different research methods. Links to the customers' actual perceptions about CSR initiatives in companies to the theory of CSR, which is instrumental for future research into the relationships between customers' behavioral patterns and business input in corporate social responsibility initiative implementation. The type of my research design can be concluded to descriptive research. Descriptive research mainly uses interviews or surveys to describe the outcomes and gain first-hand data. The aim of descriptive study is to gather useful information for further explanation or hypothesis. This research objective of Coles were to figuring out people's attitudes, identifying business motivated to adopt corporate social responsibility initiatives. This is to say that the research objectives aims to answer questions on what instead of why, and this is descriptive research. This research will adopt the qualitative research approach to conduct the research study. The qualitative research method is useful to answer questions related with research objectives. As my research topic is that how Coles could redesign its corporate social responsibility schemes to recover its reputations. The research questions can be set according to the sub-objectives. Specific survey questions can be listed as follows, such as what is your attitude towards Coles scandal, and how do you think the impact of scandal on costs? And what factors can be listed as major motivates of business to adopt corporate social responsibility initiative? And what is your attitude towards the brands that implement corporate social responsibility initiatives, and so on? And next, turn to the most important part. This study research will mainly use primary data to resolve cost problem. The qualitative research method tend to gain subjective and empirical information about people's experience, and it is normally conducted in forms of interviews, observations, and discussions. This research will take interviews and surveys to collect primary data. A relatively purposeful sampling method is used in my research. The research data will be collected from the selected sampling population of about 50. The sample will be basically selected among the targeted groups in Australia. Age and gender differences will not be counted as the influential factors in the research. And the sampling population is randomly selected during the target groups. The target groups include business owners or managers who can explain the motives to use corporate social responsibility in corporations, householders dealing with the daily housework, ordinary workers, and students to reflect their opinions on cost scandal, corporate social responsibility, and brand image. The data is expected to be collected in forms of interviews and surveys. It's certain that face-to-face interviews will be the best choice to be to collect useful data. Email and phone interviews will be taken as effective tools to conduct the interview, especially during the communication with business managers. The online survey software Qualtrics will be used to in this research study record questionnaire surveys sent to others and analysis the collected data. The data collection process is expected to last for about 1 month to gather useful information. The sampling population will be reached through phone, email, online survey, and face-to-face interview. The email address and phone number of business managers are relatively easy to get from the website. The Qualtrics survey questions can be finished on the internet by anonymous people. The face-to-face interview or questionnaire surveys can be conducted among university students in college or ordinary people in supermarket. After collecting the raw data during the data collection process, the data needs to be processed and analyzed to identify the research question proposed before. SPSS or Excel can be used to assist the data analysis process. and the descriptive analysis will be adopted in my research study to figure out the key factors affecting a brand reputation in corporate social responsibility. The first step of data analysis is data editing. During this process, the unacceptable information obtained during data collection will be filtered, and the useful information will be left for future use. The second step involves with data coding. This process will change factors into variables. The information of influential factors will be classified, and the number of similar attitudes and the factors will be recorded and ranked. And the final data analysis process will use a table to show high frequency factors or variables in this research, and possible argument may be conducted through the result. The research objectives will be identified in data analysis process. The descriptive statistics can present the outcomes of the relationship between COS brand name, and corporate social responsibility. And finally, is the values of this research. This research provides practical insights and references for business like COS to use corporate social responsibility initiatives for rebranding. And it also helps to link customers' actual perceptions about corporate social responsibility initiatives in companies to the theory of corporate social responsibility, which is instrumental for future research into the relationships between customers' behavioral patterns and business input in corporate social responsibility initiative implementation. So this is all my presentation. Thanks for your attention.